Hi. More on my report. Uh, more on my report. I want to do a report on my job uh, on because the research of Paul Anthony Whisenhunt for 22 years. That's what Social Security sent me to do. Is what is he all about? Is he safe? Is he clean? Is he not going to create the pandemic or any major disease outbreak? Which I really uh, had to do research on it because the main thing that I'm on Social Security is because when I was a baby, my mom's husband had me watch a zombie movie when I was just a baby. I really don't agree with the movie, and it scared me to heck, and I've been really scared ever since. It dwindled away as time went on, but the last 2 years I've been really super afraid. To a point in the year 2020, actually, had to go to the hospital, and because I was so scared. So I'm gonna do my research and report to Social Security after my report to the public on and Social Security about Paul Anthony Whisenhunt. So Paul Anthony Whisenhunt did in fact rekindle my afraidness to zombie stuff at the year 2020 when the pandemic started and when COVID started. Um, Due to the fact he was super mean to me at the year 2020, and during my 22 years with him, as I researched him, he was basically kind, as I was very, very super incredibly suspicious of him. Due to the fact he smoked marijuana, he wasn't very stable on marijuana, and the marijuana did not heal him. Um, it don't matter the strain; it has to be you smoke one hit. Even if he was 4 years old, that's when he started. You had to have at least healed you some way. It did not, even at 4. So he continued on in his teenagers to continue to smoke. So when I was with him, when he was 25, I was 19. He basically smoked one hit. It should have been cured him, but it did not cure him. Um, Also, he basically, I didn't know what was in it. Um, Sometimes the marijuana is laced with drugs. They lace the drugs to give a more powerful hit, more potence, but it did not cure him either. But to this person who promoted the pandemic by zombie games mostly, and a scary movie called The Hills Have Eyes, I did actually meet the person, a real person from The Hills Have Eyes movie. He was over at the hospital in McCleary. He had to be hospitalized because he is a direct transfer of The Hills Have Eyes movie, which I never could disclose to my family. Never really thought about it when I came back because I completely forgot about him. But he had to be transferred on, move on, because I was still afraid of the movie, and he was actually something to be scared of, especially his family was the movie The Hills Have Eyes. Really? Believe that or not, but it actually is true. He didn't know. I don't know if that family knows that there was actually a whole movie. The whole United States and the country was just scared of those movies. And now I heard this. The Hills Have Eyes too. Number 2 movie. It's the scariest movie I ever saw in my life. I never did watch it. All I know is I saw the previews. It was pretty darn scary. The previews are pretty damn scary. I thought I could handle the movie, but I started to be catatonic when I even saw just the beginning. So my Paul did catch it and turned it off right away. But I seriously had to rescue Paul from that movie because he was so damn mean in 2020 and carried the spirit of it and actually was evil in 2020 from the movie The Hills Have Eyes 1, number 1 movie. I want to talk about this because that's what wrecked our marriage. And also, um, Shelly's child, Shelly Sherman's child, did not help in the situation. His name was Matt like agreed. He's a wimp, really big wimp. He likes to make fun of his parents. He don't know his real dad, like my brother Robert. Don't know the real dad. Don't even want to talk to him. Don't leave them alone because he's lost. Um, I don't think he asked Jesus Christ into his heart before 6. Really, don't think he did. Um, but I really don't like him because I knew for a fact he was going to wreck with his marriage because he's looking for money. He's basically looking for money. I really don't want to pay him because he doesn't deserve the money, especially when I'm the account holder of the cash he looks at when he pays his damn house payment or rent or whatever the heck. But he's a damn brat. Big, bad, big, terrible brat. Uh, and bad ain't no good thing either. When you're terrible, you're completely terrible. But Paul was actually mean. I had to save him by actually grabbing him out of the movie and putting him into real life instead of being stuck in the TV land of The Hills Have Eyes #1. So basically, we had to seriously consider when he watched the movie in 2016, when our lives had changed, we thought we had to move. But it was actually Paul who watched the movie and actually was traumatized by the movie. I shouldn't have watched it. The neighbor had the movie. He should have grabbed it and watched it on purpose while I was away at work because the whole lives changed in 2016. So actually it was 2013. Then we moved in 2016. So excuse me on that one. I have to get the timelines correct because I'm conscious like that, the date and time and timeline. So you have to be, especially if you're going to travel to other timelines. So I'm in the year 2028. It's very lonely here. My brother Zeke here, I don't know what year he's at because they transfer him all over the place, especially if he's going to be like a, they call it a GQ person. He's going to be a GQ person. He needs to keep his glasses nearby in case he needs them for whatever. But sometimes not everyone likes to keep putting in contacts. Maybe just want a break, you know. So, anyways, I want to talk about also, uh, so the report on him is that we basically had to deal with him one day at a time because he couldn't timeline jump. He always liked to fix his mistakes a lot, really fix his mistakes a lot, which didn't work because it messed everything up, messed with people's lives, especially the timeline. We had to experience 6 years of 2020. I got so tired of 2020, I had to write it down somewhere. I seriously got tired of it and had to write down 2020 on a piece of paper somewhere where I'd see it every day and actually keep track and not forget. And the way I could only not forget was take a cup of water or a cup of pop or something and drink one cup of water, a cup of pop to help me deal with the changing timelines of why the electronics would say something different. That was during COVID, so I really had to keep track of the time, otherwise you get lost in time back in the 1980s or like I don't know, like at the 60s or 40s or 1921 when was transferred back in 1920. He came back really small. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's not good, especially when you keep your same height and your same everything about yourself is still be the same. But I want to go off to explain about Paul. Um, he was actually quite faithful, as I was very suspicious of him because of his marijuana use. Um, he was, nice and kind, but the fact that I was still suspicious really gave there was something not right. So later on, when that was before Shelley Sherman's child came around and the movie. So something happened in the year 2013. The movie was played, and then I had to go to the hospital, and he couldn't deal with himself. So now Leah was still little. So I came back after 1 month, and then We stayed there for 3 years. My student loan got forgiven in 2016, actually 2014. And then also I was able to work in 2016 some. And when I was able to work in 2016, actually our lives did turn out for the better.
Wow,
we actually was able to rent out a house.
Wow.
In 2000. Hey, what? You want $50,000?
Yeah.
Oh, did you for real?
No.
You want $50,000, Jojo? So, anyways, believe it, because if you wish, then you get it. Hey, I said if you want money, you gotta ask me, brother, because step brother, because I'm doing my paperwork today for summer money. So, mom let me borrow a pen of hers